Why do you think they're getting divorced? Do you think divorce is fun?
I think women divorce for no reason all the time.
No.
The reasons they
Can I tell you the reasons? Because I researched it.
You're actually a child. What do you think love is? You're just like romantically going away to Venice like every year, and that's no. A relationship requires a lot of deliberate work. Things like chores are where relationships start to break down, and it'll steamroll into bigger things.
My whole argument is that I think divorce is stupid over chores. I think that's stupid.
When you have a house, there's a lot of chores. There's a lot of shit to do around the house. A lot. And she works all day bringing that paper that stacks. And then she goes home and she still got to do some work. It's gonna take a toll. And she doesn't feel like it's separated at work. Like she doesn't feel like the work is equally separated at home. It's gonna be a burden. It's definitely gonna be a burden. You work all day, you have to go home, then you have to cook. Yeah, you have to cook. Then you have to clean. Then you have to put the kids to bed. Then you have to do a whole thing. So you're constantly drained. You could do that for a whole last week and then you won't care because, you know, the passion of the couple. But after a couple of weeks, it's really fast for you to be drained. You figure to yourself, why am I drained all the time? Because out of 24 hours, you work 18. It's a place where I'm supposed to rest. And I don't feel like I'm rested. I feel like I'm always doing the job. Not only I'm bringing all the money, I'm coming back home and I still gotta work. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely gonna be a problem. And motherfuckers are gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna get me someone that's actually a partner. When you have a Caribbean mom, or that's most mom, I guess, they come back home and one thing they complain, yo, you guys are ungrateful. You never help me. I do everything about. That's what they talk about. If your mama sees you on your couch and you're not doing it, and she cooks, she cleans, and she works, and she brings a bill, you don't bring anything in the house, she's gonna feel like you're not doing anything and you're not bringing anything in the house. That's what she wants. So yeah, I could believe that 100% chores can be like a big ass burden to someone when they come back home and they want to commit divorce. You got that right.
Yeah, I think the only way you could ever think that is if you haven't ever lived with anyone and if you haven't lived with a significant other. That's the only way you could talk like that. Hell, roommates. Forget a significant other. Y'all ever live with roommates and one person doesn't do their fucking shit? They don't clean after themselves. They don't pay any of the bills. They don't take any of the trash out. They don't do nothing. They just leave their shit around. No, hold up. It's not even that they don't just do anything. It's that they create more for you to have to do. The motherfucker left his dishes in there, waiting for somebody else to do them.
And then on top of that,
I could respect it if you paid something extra. I could respect it if you do the trash or something. You did nothing and you left me extra labor.
And you pay the same amount. So you have the same amount, but you bring extra labor. It's just like, you did all this shit, and on top of that, you're gonna pee on the fucking. No! Pick up your piss, nigga! Wash your pee! The fuck is this? Then I gotta clean. You expect me to clean this shit too? Yeah, of course you're gonna be pissed off.
Everybody gotta do their part.
When you get older and you manage a household on your own, Pearl, you'll see how fucking annoying it is when you're working and then you come home and everything is fucked up and horrible and nobody's fucking cleaning anything. Yeah, that is a totally valid reason for divorce, of course.
Chores, to break up a home,
Pearl,
a family.
Have you lived in a filthy home?
You've never lived with a difficult person. If it is consistent, where you're consistently having to have that burden upon yourself, you keep telling him, please, can you?
A lot of these people who have these podcasts don't know what the fuck they talking about. They don't actually have the experience. So they read up on it like nerds, not knowing what the lived experience is actually like, what the work is actually necessary. It's easy to say chores, but you ain't never have to. Listen, if your home is filthy, it don't feel like home. If your home is a place where you just have more work, then bitch, you on the job 24/7. So you take a shift off to get right back on a shift at home. Who wants to go home at that point, right? So it's like, yo, not having a home after a long day of work, that is, if you rob someone of that, that will take a toll in no time.
It's not gonna take long.
Y'all ever have your own place and then your mom gotta stay over for a week? How long does it take before you want your mom to get the fuck up out of your place?
A weekend, my nigga.
She cleaning. She might even be cooking. But by the end of it, she'll be like, bro, I want my home to be a fucking home. And not my mom looking over my shoulder telling me when I'm pick up my underwear. When I want to be... Don't say that, because that's your mom. Be respectful.
That's a bit
but
wild.
You get what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But hey, on the inside, you best believe I would say something like that.
When you go back in your
room...
room...
It's only disrespectful if you say it. But you can think it.
I know.
And I done thought a whole bunch of...
The number of time you went to your room and you
the
can't
next
say,
time.
You go to your room and like...
Yay!
And then she opens your door like, what happened? Nothing.
It don't take long.
Yeah.
It don't take long for your home to not. You want them gone.
Yeah.
So if a significant other's coming in and creating that mess and doing all this other stuff, it's like here's the thing. If you care about me, why don't you just do your part? Like, she over there stressed because she got to do all this extra shit, and you sitting there on the couch enjoying yourself.
She's not happy
Like,
about...
how much do you really care if you let your partner having to take on all that burden and you don't even be out there trying to help in a tangible way? You know what I mean? Like you pretty much just saying F you every day to your partner. Like, if I was with my niggas and they saw me struggling with something on my back, you best believe they'd help. They'd be like, yo, let me carry some of that weight. If they didn't, they just watched me struggling the whole time.
Yeah, but how about struggling with your bag? Why don't you just hire someone to pick up your bag?
You know what I'm
Why
saying?
you're already... It's
like, how much do you really care? That's a weird response to seeing your partner struggle. I ain't gonna do it.
Put your head down, put your head down, put your head down. Put your head down. Put your head down. Oh, shit.
Okay, now get naked.
So everybody gonna put their two hands out just in front of them? Don't worry. All right, now you guys can open your eyes.
Oh shit. Yo, jeez, tu sais que c'est fucked up? Si j'ai magasiné ça sur Amazon.
All right, that one looks good. But the one that's left.
Okay, so let me see that one.
10K gold.
That looks like mine.
The only reason.
I personally love this wallet. I've got my own right here. And wallet's just great. It's minimalistic. It carries everything. They look stylish. And they come at really amazing prices. And I want you guys to be able to do the same, whether it's getting one for yourself or one for a significant other. Because if you use the link in the description below, you get 25% off. Get yourself an extra.
Like this. Poop.
Like, it's so funny because like lifelong friends from like grade school to high school will dorm in college and then hate each other forever over like bad dorm roommates, and that's not even a relationship. So yeah, of course I think stuff like this is perfectly valid. I think splitting up duties in the household is like one of the most important parts of like a relationship, because it's where you're spending most of the time together. This is why I say, people get triggered when I say it, I don't think you're even dating until you live together, because until you live together, you don't really know who the other person's like. And once you start living together and you see what the household duties are like, then you get a feel for what the relationship is.
I mean, I just think that, like, I don't know. I feel like that stuff can be worked out. Chores.
When you say it could be worked out, what do you think those women asked their husbands to do? Do you think their husbands didn't do the trash for a week and they said, bitch, I want a divorce? Is that what you really think happened?
What happens, man?
Of course not. This is something that drags on over an extended period of time. And there's a lot of toxic conversations about, listen, I feel exhausted. Can you do some of the extra labor? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that? It never just happens where it's like, I want a divorce. You didn't take out the trash for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Nobody is like that. And I say this only because I know guys who work, who their wives work, and they fully feel entitled to their women doing all the labor at home. This is very normal, especially from immigrant backgrounds. You know, with the kind of way that times are going right now, women are having to work because one man's income is not enough to support a family. So both parties, yet these guys still live by the old rules where even though they make sometimes less money, they still expect her to do all the labor because that's the roles. So I'm not going to act like these women are crazy when they say chores. I can imagine that shit's annoying because I've had roommates, I've had relationships, and I can tell you if somebody don't pick up their weight, that shit'll eat at you, man or woman. If somebody doesn't, listen, if you're in a relationship as a man and you find out your girl ain't been cooking, cleaning, or doing none of that shit, you know you're gonna be salty. So why don't you think she gonna feel the same way when you make her also have to take a job?
Like,
hold on, wait. Do you understand?
Things.
You're not saying anything. Do you do this intentionally? Where you're like, I don't know about that.
T'as rien dit, G. T'as rien dit. T'as ouvert ta gueule, toi. Tu penses que t'as dit quelque chose, t'as rien dit.
I'm telling you that.
I mean, you're giving your opinion. I'm giving.
I'm not giving an opinion. I'm saying that in a household, this is not an opinion. I'm putting it forward as fact. In a house, delineation of chores is one of the most important things. Yeah. That if somebody's constantly destroying the bathroom, leaving clothes everywhere, leaving dirty food in the sink, they can't clean their dishes or whatever.
So it's like destroying the bathroom. What a great way to say it, bro. You taking a big old shit.
No.
I'm just saying, when I think of bathroom destruction, I think of
Bums over Baghdad.
I walk in, and I'm like, yo, nigga, did you leave your shit in this fucking toilet? You knew you left it. You wanna know why? Because you flushed that bitch and you went, good luck, nigga.
Nah, bro. good luck on the next one of my dookie.
Yay! Bitch, we got a plunger, right? Don't make me plunger your fucking booty hole, bro.
Don't make me plunger your booty hole.
Pause.
God,
Pause. I'm talking about the toilet. Pause.
Nah, bro. That's not what you said.
Oh my God. I'm getting an anxiety attack.
Yo.
Let's move on.
Don't let me plunger your booty hole.
Hey, bro, why you gotta say it in slow motion? That
That's
always
not-
sounds worse the way you say it.
Nah, you said
Nigga,
that.
stop. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Don't let me plunger your booty hole.
Okay, why do you think they're getting divorced? Do you think divorce is fun? Because they're college educated and they hate men, they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna divorce because I hate all men. Like, why do you think they get divorced?
I think women divorce for no reason all the time.
Okay,
Shut that shit off. Shut that shit off. We're done here. Shut that shit off. I'm not even gonna dispute. See, bro,
Yo, listen.
you're not.
Divorces are embarrassing. They're stressful.
There's a lot of money involved in that shit. You think a lawyer is free? Shut that shit off. I'm just gonna divorce for no reason. Get into a legal battle to get half of this shit that I'm supposed to own, this and that, whatever, and whatnot. And then we're gonna
reason.
go. Nah, man. B.
You can say maybe the reasons aren't great, and you could try to make that argument, but for no reason, like they just like, well, I'm gonna get divorced. Like, okay, cool story.
That's absolutely retarded. You just need to talk to more people then, because that's not true.
I talk to people
you don't
4
talk
days a week for a year.
Yeah,
Excuse me. She talked to people for a year. Sorry, boo. I'm sorry. My bad.
if you think that people just get divorced,
No, you're talking your podcast.
On the street.
Red pill community. That's different.
Esther, you've never seen my street interviews then. I've done so many street interviews. I talk to random strangers on the street all the time.
and you find women that get divorced like, oh, I just wanted to get divorced.
I mean, no, but the reasons they
Can I tell you the reasons? Because I researched it.
Because dude, oh my God, you're actually a child. What do you think love is? You're just like romantically going away to Venice like every year, and that's no. A relationship requires a lot of deliberate work, and things like hold on, things like chores are where relationships start to break down, and it'll steamroll into bigger things. Like a guy not doing chores ever might be a guy that you don't want to fuck anymore, and then you not having sex ever might be you guys just don't get along anymore, and then like 3 months into it, you fucking hate each other, and you don't know why, and you're not sleeping together even, you're not having any sex, you don't do anything together, and it starts over small shit. But anybody that's been in any relationship long term, I don't know how old you guys are, but if you've been in real relationships long term, these little things will pile up and fucking kill you. They're like the worst things. Relationships are not like this puppy, like romantic love constantly. It's doing the small things every single day to make sure the relationships work.
Like, have you been in a relationship? See, come on, sir. The start of the conversation should have been, have you been in a relationship? No, I talked to people for a year. Next subject.
But you're just like LOL chores. Like I don't know what that means. Like
I just think that why do you have to let it get to that point?
I feel like
ask the guys that aren't doing the chores. Ask them.
Exactly. Ask the men. Why can't you do the chores?
You think it's controversial to say that I think chores is a crazy reason to get divorced and break up a home and put your kid at every statistical disadvantage that you possibly could?
No, because it's not just chores.
I just think that's
I feel like she's just chores, and they're explaining it, and she doesn't rebut them.
She doesn't want to.
She just repeats her same talking point.
Yeah.
Chores.
stupid
If you
reason.
can't do chores, you probably can't pick your kid up on time. You probably aren't paying attention to the needs of your fucking wife. You probably aren't keeping other points like you probably aren't keeping other points like you can't do chores. Everything else in life is probably falling apart.
You should have picked a better guy.
Cool. And then you know what? Then you divorce. Then you divorce. Find someone else.
Once you
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go see.
It's like you should have picked a better guy, or maybe the guys can pick up what they gotta get done. Maybe the ladies can do the fucking labor that they're supposed to do. Like, why is it incumbent on the one person who's doing most of the labor to continue doing most of the labor in a relationship where it's not reciprocated? Why isn't the person who's not doing it picking up their fucking slack? Should people choose better? Absolutely. Make sure you choose right. But you know what else is also true? Some motherfuckers get comfortable.
Yeah.
And they start taking shit for granted.
Yeah. Men and women.
Things can be one way at one point, and then you get a couple years, and all of a sudden, and a motherfucker change on you.
Yeah, and a motherfucker gets comfortable. People change all the time.
Yeah. Chores. What? Chores.
kids, it's not about you anymore. I mean, I don't really. If someone get divorced, fine. But like, I just think once you have kids, it's not about you.
Wait, can I just say, can we stop using this excuse of just pick a better guy as an answer every time women aren't happy about situation? Can we just hold men accountable and just say, please, can you help your woman out? if they,
Okay, wait. I'll help you.
They don't have a lot of options.
You can help
Women.
with chores.
Thank you. Wow.
All right, since I was nulle part, the point of this is just to argue. It's just like politics. You're not trying to better anything for the people and try to understand what's going on. You're just trying to prove that you're right and prove the other one wrong. That's not that conversation is not going anywhere. People are being disingenuous in that, so there's no point having this conversation with these people.
Okay, I'll say this: whether it's a relationship, whether it's roommates, whether it's being on a team, whether it's being on a workforce, whether it's starting a business, you need people to pull their weight. And nobody trying to fucking be involved with nobody who's not pulling their weight. You get involved in something, you ask somebody to do something, and they just refuse to do it. Like, you're gonna be resentful after some time. You're gonna break off that partnership. That's true even for this YouTube shit. If Preach didn't do his job, I didn't do my part, best believe we wouldn't last this long. You better do what the fuck you gotta do. Because if everybody gotta pick up after you, promise they gonna cut for that neck at some point. That shit will not last. So I don't know why this is such an outlandish thing. If you ain't not one of them 6-figure, 7-figure dudes who paying all the bills and taking out the extra financial responsibility, you don't have the right to just sit there and be like, she gonna take care of everything and think like, you can do that. But if she got a grievance afterwards, I ain't even gonna be mad at her. So it's not just a matter of the women gotta choose better. Absolutely, make sure you choose men that do great. But also like, yo, motherfuckers gotta step up. Man or woman, step up to the plate. If you're gonna take on that commitment, understand it comes with labor. But putting all of that on your partner, that ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. And it wouldn't be right in any other circumstance. So I don't know why you would sit there in a relationship and feel that entitled. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below.